Get ready for a quick quest guide for the Great Brain Robbery Quest, in which the main rewards for completing are the Barrelchest anchor weapon, the ability to cast the Harmony Island teleport on the OSRS spellbook, a prayer book that can be used to cure poison at the cost of prayer points, 6,000 prayer XP, 3,000 crafting XP, 2,000 construction XP, a 5,000 experience blessed lamp, and 2 quest points. You'll need to have completed the Cabin Fever, Creature of Fenkenstrain, and the Freeing Pirate Pete section of Recipe for Disaster before taking on this quest. And in terms of skill requirements, you'll need to have 50 prayer, 30 construction, and 16 crafting. 60 combat is also recommended to most notably defeat a level 190 Barrelchest boss, and I'd very highly suggest using ranged or magic for this fight so that you can safe spot it, which will see you have a much easier time, especially as this boss consistently hits over 20 while both disabling and draining your prayer points with its melee attacks. Note that a Halberd cannot be used to safe spot this boss. When it comes to items, you'll need a Fishbowl Helmet and diving apparatus, which if lost can be obtained by speaking to Murphy at Port Khazard. You'll also need 10 wooden cats, noted at the quest start, and I would highly suggest buying them from the Grand Exchange to save you a good amount of time. Alternatively, you'll need the materials to make the wooden cats in a player-owned house, being 10 regular planks and 10 pieces of either regular, bear, or grey wolf fur. Note that if you're making these wooden cats during the quest, then have the materials banked at the quest start. Also know that if you're crafting these yourself, then they're made on a crafting table 1 in your player-owned house, and I'd highly suggest building a workshop room with a crafting table 1 or higher in your house before starting the quest. The crafting table requires 4 oak planks as well as a hammer and saw to make. Keep in mind that you can make wooden cats on someone else's crafting table provided that you're not an Iron Man. If you're making your own wooden cats, then you'll also want to teleport to your house to get to either your own house or the Rimington house portal. If your house isn't in Rimington, then you can use a charged skills necklace to get to the house portal. And I would also suggest bringing along a charged ring of dueling to get to a bank. Back to items we'll all need. This includes a hammer and around 100 metal nails, for example steel nails, 8 normal planks, a holy symbol, and additionally a ring of Kairos, which if lost can be re-obtained during the quest. However, make sure that it's not sitting in your bank. When it comes to recommended items, you'll need a weapon and armor to defeat the Safespottable Barrelchest boss, as well as for defeating 4 level 57 enemies who are also Safespottable. Again, I would highly suggest a ranged or magic setup so you can safe spot the boss, and around 300 arrows or casts of your best combat spell should cover you. Side note, as you'll be wearing your Fishbowl Helmet and diving apparatus for the combat, don't worry about armor in your head and cape slot. To help with the fight, I'd also suggest having a potion to boost the combat style of your choice. For example, a ranging potion if using ranged, as well as 1 prayer potion and 20 pieces of high healing food. This being said, have all but 2 to 3 or so pieces of emergency food banked at the quest start. On top of this, I'd suggest bringing along 1 stamina potion to help with the running around. When it comes to teleports, you'll want a charged combat bracelet, 2 Fenkenstrain's castle teleports, either 1 South Graveyard teleport, or if you've completed Desert Treasure 1, then 1 Karil teleport. And finally 3 teleports for getting to Mostly Harmless. And this includes 1 for getting to the quest start. Mostly Harmless teleport scrolls are your best option, but alternatively you can use any charter ship to get to Mostly Harmless. An easy option is to use a Camelot teleport or Catherby teleport if you've completed Lunar Diplomacy before running south and heading onto the Catherby docks. From these docks you can take a charter ship to Mostly Harmless. Just note that if you're taking charter ships, then you'll also need up to 7,500 coins. Also ensure that you don't have a pet following you while taking on this quest. Now you can begin this quest at the settlement on Mostly Harmless. The easiest way to get there is by using a Mostly Harmless teleport scroll before running a little west and then south. Alternatively, you can take any charter ship to Mostly Harmless, for example those at the Port Sarim or Catherby docks, and after arriving at Mostly Harmless, you'll simply want to run a tad north to the quest start. Note that taking a charter ship to Mostly Harmless can cost up to 2.5k coins. Within Mostly Harmless, just outside of the fishing shop, you'll find a somewhat strange figure called Brother Tranquility. To start the quest, talk to the brother, and after some initial chatter, select yes to officially begin the Great Brain Robbery Quest, and then continue through the chat, after which you'll be teleported to the windmill on Harmony Island. And here you'll want to continue through the chat with the monks who've had their brains transplanted into zombie bodies. When the chat finishes, exit the windmill and then run north to the statue just above the farming patches, being careful of the aggressive level 57 zombie pirates. Select to pull the statue to uncover a passageway, and afterwards choose to climb down it to enter into a flooded cave. Now ensure you're wearing your diving gear and then descend the stairs to end up in an underwater tunnel. Pop on Protect from Melee if you have access to it, and then run east all the way through the underwater passageway past the aggressive enemies until you reach some broken stairs. Select to repair the stairs, and then wait as you use a bunch of nails and 4 of your planks to fix them. After the stairs are fixed, climb up them, and then climb up the ladder to your east to enter into a tiny room within a large monastery that's been overrun by zombies. On the western wall of the room, you'll find a peephole. Select to peer through it, and then continue through the conversation that you overhear, where it's revealed that they're planning to put the monks to sleep and conduct more experiments on them. When the dialogue finishes, climb down the ladder and then the stairs, before popping on Protect from Melee and running west through the underwater tunnel. After reaching the end of it, select to climb the stairs along the western wall before then climbing up the ladder nearby. Then run south back to the windmill and enter into it. Once you're inside, chat to Brother Tranquility, whereby he tells you to seek a prayer book from the Edgeville Monastery before transporting you back to Mostly Harmless. Next, use your combat bracelet to teleport to the monastery before heading to the southwestern corner of the monastery's ground floor, whereby you'll find a bookcase. Search this bookcase to obtain a prayer book, and afterwards choose to read the book before closing it. Following this, it's time to return to Brother Tranquility on Mostly Harmless. I'll be using a Mostly Harmless teleport scroll before running a little west and then south, but you can alternatively take any charter ship to the island before running north. After arriving at the brother, choose to equip your holy symbol and afterwards talk to him, continuing through the chat to be taken back to Harmony Island. And after arriving, continue going through the dialogue until the chat finishes. Next, while you're inside the windmill, right-click on your prayer book and select Recite Prayer, which will ward off the gas and protect the area. Then talk to Brother Tranquility once again and spacebar through the dialogue until chat options appear, before clicking off of the chat. Next, use one of your Fenkenstrain's castle teleports before running north into the castle. Once inside, make your way to either the eastern or western staircase on the ground floor and climb up it, before then traveling to the center room on the next floor and climbing up the ladder, which brings you to Dr Fenkenstrain. Now equip your Ring of Kairos, and if you don't have one, then know that you'll be able to pickpocket Dr Fenkenstrain to get one. Once it's equipped, talk to Dr Fenkenstrain and continue through the chat with him until it finishes. Next, either use your Kirill teleport if you've completed Desert Treasure 1 to teleport straight to Canifus, or alternatively use a Salve Graveyard teleport before running east into Canifus. After arriving, head to the food stall at the northeastern part of the town, and inside or near to it you'll find Rufus. Talk to Rufus and firstly select Talk about the meat shipment, and continue through the long chat to obtain 6 crate parts and a wolf whistle. Once the chat ends, you'll enter a small cutscene whereby you see a clockwork cat, and after it finishes, you'll learn how to make wooden cats on a clockmaker's bench. If you already have the wooden cats noted in your inventory, then run to the bank in the building south and use your wooden cats on the banker before selecting yes to unnote them, and then skip to the timestamp shown on screen before continuing. If you're making the wooden cats yourself, then you'll want to keep all of your worn items on, but bank and deposit everything in your inventory before withdrawing 10 regular planks and 10 pieces of either regular, bear, or grey wolf fur. Additionally, you'll want to teleport to any bank, for example a charged ring of dueling, as well as a teleport to your house or alternatively the Remington house portal if you're using someone else's house. If your house isn't located in Rimington, then you can use a charged skills necklace to get there. Once you're ready, make your way to a workshop with an appropriate crafting table. For this, either use a house teleport to head to your own house before heading to your workshop. Otherwise, make your way to the Rimington house portal. If your house is located in Rimington, then you can use a house teleport to arrive there. Or alternatively, you can use a charged skills necklace to teleport to the crafting guild before running south to the Rimington house portal. Note that if you're making the wooden cats in someone else's house, then you'll want to hop to world 330 and then use the house advertisement board to enter into a high level house that will likely have a workshop before then locating it. After you're at a workshop with a crafting table 1 or higher, select craft on it before selecting to make a wooden cat. Now you'll need to painstakingly repeat this 10 more times, selecting craft and then choosing to make a wooden cat, to craft 10 wooden cats in total. That's right, there's no craft all option. After you've made 10 wooden cats, you'll want to use your ring of dueling to teleport to Castle Wars before banking. Here you can deposit your ring of dueling and your charged skills necklace if you used one, and then you'll want to ensure that you have the following in your inventory before continuing. You'll want your 10 wooden cats unnoted, a hammer, your remaining nails, your prayer book, your 6 stackable crate parts, your wolf whistle, 4 normal planks, your combat boosting potion of choice, your prayer potion, your stamina potion, your remaining Fenkenstrain's castle teleport, as well as your Mossly Harmless teleport scroll or method of getting to Mossly Harmless. Now that you've crafted or unnoted your wooden cats, you'll then want to use a Fenkenstrain's castle teleport before running north into the castle. Again, once inside, make your way to either the eastern or western staircase and climb up it, before then travelling to the center room on this floor and climbing up the ladder to once again reach Dr Fenkenstrain. This time with an accompanying construction hotspot. Firstly, click on the hotspot and select Build Crate, which will see you use a heap of nails to eventually craft a wooden crate. Following this, click on the crate and select to add a bottom, to add a false bottom to it, and afterwards select Fill on the crate to fill it with wooden cats. Now that the crate is ready, remove your diving helmet if you're wearing it and select to blow your wolf whistle. This will lead into a cutscene whereby with a little help from the Ring of Kairos, you convince Rufus that the wooden cats are alive, and eventually he gives you a shipping order and then leaves. When the cutscene ends, use your shipping order on the crate to see it teleport away. Once the crate's gone, it's time to return back to Mossly Harmless, either by using a Mossly Harmless teleport scroll or by travelling there via any charter ship. After arriving, firstly head into the bank and withdraw some extra food, but ensure that you also have 7 empty inventory spaces for this next part of the quest. Then exit the bank and head a little bit south back to Brother Tranquility. Talk to him, and when chat options appear, select Yes Please to return back to Harmony Island. Following this, choose to climb down the ladder to head into the basement before finding Dr Fenkenstrain inside and talking to him, where he requests all sorts of unusual things. Continue through the chat until it ends and then climb up the ladder. Now make sure that you're wearing your fishbowl helmet and diving apparatus, and then exit the windmill onto the now gas-filled island. Once you're outside, run north for a while and head into the shipwreck at the northern part of the island. Inside of it, along the western wall of the shipwreck's bottom floor, you'll find a locker. Firstly open and then search this locker to obtain a fuse, and afterwards run east and choose to climb up the ladder on the ship. Here you'll see a tinderbox and some kegs on the ground, with the kegs being near the cannons. Choose to take the tinderbox as well as 1 keg, and then climb back down the ladder. Next run south and head to the front door of the monastery. Firstly use your keg on the front door, then use your fuse on the front door to lay it, before then using your tinderbox on the fuse to light it and blast open the front door. Following this, select to open the blasted open front door to go through into the monastery, and you'll now be in a room filled with level 57 Sorebones. You'll need to kill 4 of these, and note that you can use the benches within the room to safe spot them. Each one of the Sorebones that you defeat will drop something that you need, and you'll want to pick up the important item that they drop before killing the next one. The first will drop a cranial clamp, the second brain tongs, the third drops 3 bell jars, and the final one will drop 30 stackable skull staples. Again, you need to pick up the important item that they drop before killing the next Sorebones, or else you'll just get duplicates and need to kill more of them. Once you've gathered all of these items, then run west and open the door to exit the monastery. And then run southwest back to the windmill before entering into it. Then climb down the ladder in it and talk to Dr Fenkenstrain before going through the chat with him. And when it ends, you'll get a cutscene of a cute kitten and soothing music while he performs brain surgery to fix the monks. After the cutscene, go through the rest of the chat with the doctor, and when it ends, climb back up the ladder. Now talk to Brother Tranquility and continue through the chat with him, and when chat options appear you can just click off from the chat. Now again, make sure that you're wearing your fishbowl helmet and diving apparatus, and then exit the windmill before running northeast back to the monastery. Make sure you're ready for the final boss fight, and then select to open the door to enter into an instanced version of the monastery. When you're ready for the fight, select to confront Migor and then continue through the chat with him. And after it ends, the fight will begin. To safe spot the Barrelchest, immediately run behind the northeastern bench, standing to the west of it. And after the Barrelchest gets stuck behind it, go west a few more steps so that you're well away, as the Barrelchest boss has a long range and will still be able to hit you if you're immediately behind the bench. Then simply attack the boss from afar and continue attacking it until you defeat it. Note that you don't want to fight the Barrelchest with melee, as the boss's successful melee hits will hit for over 20 damage, and attempting to pray protect from melee against him will see every hit of his deactivate your prayers and drain some of your prayer points. In short, it's much safer and much easier to safe spot this boss. After you defeat the Barrelchest boss, you'll want to pick up the Barrelchest anchor that it drops onto the ground, and then run west and select to open the door to go through it, before running southwest back to the windmill and heading into it. Once you're inside, talk to Brother Tranquility and go through the dialogue before BAM! Quest complete. You'll be awarded the Barrelchest anchor, which you can pay 230,000 coins to smith on the mostly harmless docks to repair. You'll also gain the ability to cast the Harmony Island teleport on the OSRS spellbook, a prayer book that can be used to cure poison at the cost of prayer points, 6,000 prayer XP, 3,000 crafting XP, 2,000 construction XP, a 5,000 XP blessed lamp, and 2 quest points. Thanks so much for watching, catch you in the next quest.